Hey guys, it's Jessica, and today I'm going to share with you guys my January favorites and flops. So let's go ahead and get into it. It's future Jessica here. This video is going to be very long because I'm about halfway through and only through like 5 products. So I'm just letting you know now, hunker down, get you a snack, get you some coffee, get you some tea. So the first favorite is what I'm wearing on my lips. I'm actually working on a video today about the entire line of these, and it is the Ofra Long Lasting Liquid Lipsticks. Now these are amazing because they're an incredibly thin formula. You paint your lips with it and it dries down. I put this on about 10 minutes ago. It dries really quickly, but it's not drying on your lips. And I feel like so many liquid lipsticks will do the same thing, but they dry down and after like 15 minutes you're like, oh, and it just feels cracky and stuff. But this, I did a wear test for the video that I'm working on, and I wore this through like wine and tea and coffee and a whole meal and dessert, and it really held up really well. I wouldn't say like by the end of the day it was perfect by any means, but longer than anything else I've tested. So very impressed with this. The shade that I'm wearing that I really like is Santa Ana. So the next product is kind of newer to me. It's this e.l.f. Prep and Hydrate Balm. They send me things every month, and you know, some of them I love, so I'll mention them. Some of them I hate, so I'll mention them in a bad way. And then others are just kind of middle of the road, so they, you know, never really get mentioned. But this one I really liked. It's the e.l.f. Prep and Hydrate Balm. Did I already say that? I think I already said that. But it's just a stick. It reminds me of their moisture stick. Daily moisture stick, I think is what it's called. Very similar, but this is a little bit more hydrating, a lot more slippery. So what I'll do with this is, in this very dry, wintry time that we're going through, I love this stuff there because I've always got dryness there. I can just quickly set it on and then I'll go work on something else, get my coffee made maybe, and then when I come back, it's sunk into the skin. This is what I reach for when I'm really in a rush. Otherwise, I'll use one of my favorite moisturizers, like my Benigma one that I like. But if I've got like 10 minutes to do my makeup, I grab this and stick it on, go make my coffee, come back and finish my face. So I love this. I think it's great for the price, and you know, e.l.f.'s really impressing me with their skincare. Not all of it is my favorite, but I've really found myself reaching for a lot of e.l.f. skincare lately. And if you haven't seen my e.l.f. skincare video where I talk about the best and worst, I'll link that below. But yeah, very impressive stuff for really cheap. Speaking of skincare, this is from Scandinavia. I love their makeup finishing spray. And Scandinavia makes Urban Decay's. I don't know if they make all their setting sprays, but I know like their all-nighter is made by Scandinavia. They're amazing. They don't make many products, and that's what makes the few products they make so amazing. Did I say amazing that many times? But this is their post-makeup recovery spray, and when I first received this in the mail from them, well, like a month ago, I was talking about, you know, what is the idea of this, and the idea, it says, you're supposed to, like 5 minutes after you've washed off your makeup, you're supposed to spray this on your skin. It's supposed to kind of replenish your skin of what you just stripped away and what wearing makeup all day can do to your skin. It says, our zinc-infused mist rapidly replenishes lost nutrients and moisture immediately after removing makeup. Highly purified witch hazel and gentle exfoliants help prevent clogged pores that can lead to breakouts. Sweet. So I've been using this for like a month now. Well, I guess maybe more like 3 weeks, and I love it. Like, I get excited to take my makeup off at night to spray this on because it feels calming. It feels like you're doing something good for the skin. I love this stuff, and I feel like it's really been helping my skin calm itself back down. And the nozzles on these are awesome. They spray it so evenly, which I always appreciate. Okay, the next thing, this is kind of random. So I've gotten really into like dry oils, and I say really into them. Like, this is literally the only one I've tried, so calm down, Jessica. But I love this stuff because I think it's really expensive, but here's the thing. I bought it on HauteLook, which I buy, honestly, like, out of the things that I buy that are high-end, I just wait for a lot of the expensive products that I own to be 50% off on HauteLook, and then I go on there and buy it. And I'll link that down below. This stuff is so good, and all I do with it, because there's a million ways you can use dry oil from the way I understand it, and I haven't done a ton of research, but I'll just kind of get a little bit into my hand, and it's just a really thin oil. It's not a thick serum-y oil. So I'll just kind of get it between my hands, and then instead of hairspray, this is second day hair today, so that's why it's up, but instead of hairspray, I've been using this just like on the bottom half of my hair. So I'll heat style my hair, and then I'll just kind of I'll kind of comb through my waves or curls with my oily hands. and it'll kind of keep them together, moisturize them, make them look so silky, soft, beautiful that it smells good. So then it's like I'm perfuming my hair. But I don't put it near my roots because I get very oily very quickly. So that is a no-no for me. But I love it. And I literally haven't reached for my hairspray when I'm wearing my hair down in, well, probably like 3, 4, 5 weeks. So this stuff is really nice. There are a million dry oils out there. So I guess really what I'm saying is my favorite is just dry oil generally. But this one smells really nice. And there's something about it. Is there something on my lip other than lipstick? I think it was an oat from oatmeal. That's very embarrassing. Anyway, I just feel like this stuff is very, like, Parisian and just, like, cute and old-fashioned. And the smell of it is very, like, in a way it reminds me of a Chanel-type smell. Not like Chanel No. 5, because that's really a very particular strong scent, but almost like a lightened version of that kind of a scent. But I don't mind it. I like it. And again, it's not making my hair crunchy or anything like that, which... Alright, so this is another weird favorite. I got a lot of weird things that I've been, not weird, but different things that I'm trying and falling in love with. This is from Tweezerman. These are, it's a light up freaking set of tweezers. So you literally tweeze with it. Duh. Oh, I feel like I'm not awake yet this morning, and so I feel like I'm just repeating myself. I'm so sorry. There is a difference between just having good lighting and tweezing and having a light that's pinpointed at the area. It's illuminating eyebrow hairs that I didn't even see in my like really good makeup mirror light. So I thought it was kind of gimmicky. They sent it to me in the mail, and I was like, But then I tried it and I was like, oh my gosh, like I get excited to tweeze my eyebrows. I'm getting excited about really boring stuff, I know. But it really took me by surprise. Let's talk about a dud. I always like to splash these in here or there. I love e.l.f. As you always know, I'm upfront with you guys, and a lot of this stuff gets sent to me. You guys know that. This is part of my job. But of course, I'm always upfront with you guys when I don't like products. And so this is the e.l.f. Micellar Cleansing Water. I don't know what's in this. I'm being genuine. I have not looked it up. And I will look it up after today because, it has this very fragrant scent, which makes no sense to me in a micellar water, because the idea of a micellar water is that it's, you know, very sensitive skin compatible. And the other idea of it is that you should be able to use it and not have to rinse it off. Well, when something is this fragrance, a lot of skin breaks out from that. And I just recently tried this, so this isn't why I was breaking out, although I have a feeling if I kept using it, it would really irritate my skin. But I put this, you know, on a cotton round, and I would get my face makeup off, and then I would get another cotton round to do my eyes. Now, I've used like 4 different micellar waters, and I've used it to remove my eye makeup, no problem, no stinging or anything like that. Well, I tried this, and holy moly, my eyes were burning for like 5 minutes. And I feel like my eyes do get red easily, so that's never really a telltale sign, because I'm like, my eyes are red every morning when I wake up. Like, I just have low tear duct production, or whatever that would be called. But it even says, gently smooth over the face and eyes to remove makeup, no need to rinse, use daily use daily or as often as needed. No, it was horrible. If you've used this on your eyes and it doesn't bother you, maybe I got a weird batch, but I have a feeling it's just the makeup of this, that that it's comprised of, that it's just messing with me. And I will say I used this the past few nights, and because I thought, oh, maybe I'll just not do it on my eyes, I'll do it on my skin. Well, my chin was burning all day yesterday. So again, it really didn't make sense. This was the only other thing other than like a foundation I've been using forever that I put on my chin. So I kind of feel like it has to be this. So I don't like it. Horrible for sensitive skin. Stay far, far away. Go on Beautylish, get the Bioderma, or, I mean, the Garnier Micellar Water, I know there's controversy with some of the ingredients. So, and again, a lot of you guys have said, yeah, there are just certain ingredients, you know, it's kind of inconclusive so far. So use your own judgment on that, but stay far, far away from this. I know everyone talks about the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. You guys, this stuff doesn't even make sense. I've tried, oh my gosh, like 30 different loose setting powders. I have tried so many, high end, low end, all of it. This is the best stuff in the world. And what I've realized is that, like, I've had this breakout here. I'll put on like a concealer stick or something on it. I'll kind of tap out around so it kind of blends into the rest of my skin. And I'll just take this powder. I'll literally just dip my finger in it and put it all over there really thick and wait, and then brush it off. Kind of like baking as it. Ugh. But you can't move the product underneath it anymore. Literally, literally, the foundation or concealer underneath this, when you put on a thick layer, does not budge. So I've been wearing this, you know, I used to only strategically place it, but what I've realized for me and my skin, even though I have dry skin, it doesn't make my skin look any more dry, which makes no sense. And I'll put it all over my face and it just makes everything blend together so much more than if I didn't use this all over the place. I feel like it makes my blush blend into my bronzer, blend into my highlight blend, I mean everything. So I'll just put it on top of all of it. And I know not everyone does that. That's not necessarily the best way to use it in some people's opinion, but for me, it's really working. So, and again, it's just makeup. You can do it however you want. There are no real rules. But oh my gosh, this stuff is stupid amazing. You can put it on top of lipstick and it'll like not budge. I mean, it doesn't make sense how good this is. So if you've been thinking about biting the bullet, it might be time for you to bite the bullet, because the more I use this, the more I'm like, holy moly, this stuff is so good. You ever just get so freaking excited about makeup? All right, speaking of looking a little more flawless, this is the Bare Minerals concealer. I've had this stuff forever, honestly. It might be time for me to get a new one soon. But it's their Well Rested shade. And I'm sure I heard of this from like Emily Noel or someone amazing that I love a long time ago. This stuff is so good because it's this very yellow tone. So again, you'd need a different tone if you're deeper than me, etc. But I think this is one that, you know, it can still work for a range of people, but obviously it's not going to work for everyone. But it's this very yellow, very opaque, loose powder. And the idea is that it just brightens, it conceals. The only downside, I don't wear this every day, and the reason I don't is because it can look very cakey. It's one of the few products I own that can look very cakey. So you have to be careful. I'll usually use just a smaller fluffy brush. You could even use a fluffy eyeshadow brush, honestly, but I'll just put it on my under eye when I really want it to look a lot more brightened. Maybe I really didn't get sleep the night before. Different things like that when I just feel like I need that extra oomph. I will use this, and I used it today. I really do feel like it does a good job, but I can even see, even from here, I've got a mirror right here, that it is starting to look a little cakey. So it's kind of like, it's not the perfect product, but I really do love it, and I'm consistently bringing it when I travel as well, you know, for photographs and stuff. I don't know about like flash photography. It has SPF in it, SPF of 20. I wouldn't trust it for that, but for every day, even just like regular photos out in daylight, I think it'd be great. I mean, I've used it a ton when we travel, and it's been fine. So I've got a palette. Oh my gosh. I mentioned that the Balm sent me a bunch of stuff, and I've tried a lot of their stuff, and I've loved a lot of it over the years. Some things I didn't. But this is one that I am surprised at how much I like it and how much I can't stop using it. It's the Balm Appetit eyeshadow palette. And you guys taught me, there's a mirror here, and they always have like their thicker cardboard, not cardboard, but it's cardboard kind of packaging. But I thought, oh, that's so cute. It says eat your heart out, you know. Then you guys taught me that you can open it up. And I'm like, oh, thank goodness. Because I'm thinking, I mean, it's really cute, but it's going to be kind of weird to get in there. Very glad. So the names of this are hilarious. They're food names like Bruce, Shetta, Mac and Cheese, Ray Sin Bread, Tate R Tots, Rocky Road Ice Cream. What? That doesn't really. But these are unbelievable. Oh my gosh. What finger did I not use? I don't know. Oh my gosh. Let me kind of. Oh, they're just so. This one I think wasn't as good as I'd wanted it to. Yeah, this, it looks better when you apply it with the brush, but it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. This one, Tate R Tots, it's really pretty rose gold. It wasn't quite, I guess it can be, but upon first, yeah, it can be better, but upon first swatch, it's not like ideal, but everything else is. The top row makes me think of Neapolitan ice cream, but I've been using that. Like actually I used like the little like lighter pink in my crease, as well as the medium brown there. Bruschetta I use under my brow bone. I used this in my crease today. Artie choked it. Alfredo pasta I think I used on my lower lash line. I'm trying to remember. So literally I've been using every shade. It's one of the very few palettes that I can get a complete look. I can totally do different looks with it. And I use every single shade. So the one I use the least is this jalapeno poppers. But honestly, you could put that like all over the lid. It's a very like it blends in with my skin tone. It wouldn't blend in with everyone's, but that might be the only one I use a little bit less. I mean, it's just not, but I still, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. It is so amazing. It's so cute. Again, wait for this to be on Haute Look. It's half the price, just saying. It's worth let me say this. It's worth the full price. I really do think it is. But if you know you can't swing it, but you're really dying, wait for it to get on HauteLook and buy it then, because it will be half off. I've talked this to death, and I've done a separate video, so this is going to be a very quick mention. But this Milk Makeup Blur Stick is amazing. I have a video all about it if you are interested in it, where I explain what it's supposed to do. But basically, I'll put it on my nose or anywhere I've got big pores. I'll put it on as a primer and then use maybe other primer elsewhere that I need. I don't put this all over my face because I don't need it, but it is incredible, flawless, thought it would be dumb, ended up loving it kind of a product. So definitely check out the video, I'll link it below. So the next product I'm going to mention is kind of an in-between. But I wanted to mention it because I feel like I don't have as good of a follow-through. Like, I'll show a haul, and then I feel like I'll either mention it that I loved it or I absolutely hate it, but I don't mention the meh in-between products. So I wanted to mention a meh product. These are the Maybelline Dream, Dream Brightening Creamy Concealers. I have two shades, 20 and 30. They sent these to me. I say that they're meh because they're not a horrible product, but they're not one that I think you need to run out and get. But if you're looking for a creamy concealer stick that you could use as a face concealer, I think these are pretty good. You should be able to use them anywhere, like they're brightening, so technically you should use them maybe under your eye. If you wanted to cream highlight with it, they're good for that. But again, because they're a decently creamy stick, you do need to set them, so like a Laura Mercier powder, or, I mean, you could use any setting powder, but I do think you need to set them. So I've been using this darker shade, even though it's supposed to be brightening. It's darker than my skin tone. I'll just kind of dot it around it, kind of blend out the edges like I mentioned earlier, and put this on top of it, and it doesn't move all day. I could be like rubbing my face, and it will not move. And it's not that this is an amazing product, it's that this is. But if you're in the market for that and you don't want to spend an arm and a leg on a nice stick concealer, I think these are pretty good. And so I think they're like, I guess I should say they're like a step above meh, but they're not like, holy moly, this is the best thing in the world. It's just kind of in between. Side note, I've gotten so many snaps from a lot of you guys saying that you literally downloaded Snapchat for the first time just to be able to follow my snaps. And that has made my heart so full because honestly, I got on Snapchat for the first time, okay, this is gonna sound terrible. I got on Snapchat for the first time to follow other YouTubers because I was like, what is Snapchat? So I got on, and my niece, who's like in middle school, had to teach me how to use it. It took me forever to understand it. But once I learned it and then I got to know it better and I started getting snaps from you guys, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's such a fun platform because it's so easy and quick, but you feel like you're like living alongside people, and that I think is what's so cool. And then I started following celebrities and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it. I'm totally addicted. Next one is this NARS, oh my gosh, Velvet Lip Glide. What in the heck is this stuff? Now I want like 3 more shades. I have it in the shade Bound. It's a very popular shade. It's a blue toned mauve, you know, it's a really big, but it's just this whipped, comfortable lip product. You don't need a lip liner with it. I would assume if you had a darker one, like a red, you might, just because of the nature of just that color. But they're so ridiculously comfortable. They wear off beautifully throughout the day, which is huge to me. If I'm trying to wear it throughout the day and not reapply, I need it to just wear off nicely, so then I just end the day with, you know, nothing on my lips, but it doesn't look like crazy and cracked and crepey and weird. Does that make sense? I love it. I love the shade. I really do. I want to find like maybe if there's like a peachy one, and maybe, I don't necessarily know that I would like this formula in the deeper shades, only because, you know, it's not meant to perform like a liquid lipstick like this. And when I'm wearing a deep berry or a dark red, I don't want it to move, and I don't want it to look inconsistent. And I think the nature of this product is not necessarily to look just totally all one color. I think it's kind of dimensional, and for me, I don't like that in darker colors. So I think I'm going to stick to neutrals and light colors in this, but I do want to get another shade, so if you have a recommendation, let me know, because naturally, I'm sure I will place a Sephora order in the next month. Another quick favorite that I mention all the time, but I have to mention again because it was a genuine favorite, and I thought about not talking about it, but in case you haven't seen me talk about it. It's the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. This stuff is stupid. This stuff is stupid. I'm wearing it today, and I feel like the lighting never shows my makeup or lashes the way that they are. I'm not wearing fake lashes or anything, but I feel like this stuff just holds a curl, volumizes like crazy. You can keep layering it. I think you can get a little heavy-handed, like but I did like 3-4 layers today. But I love it because it actually stays like this all day long. And even like, I really like the CoverGirl Supersizer, but I do feel like that, I just spit everywhere. I do feel like that eventually throughout the day, you know, it doesn't ever look bad, but it doesn't hold it as long as this does. This stuff is stupid amazing. I hate that I'm gonna have to buy another one because they're expensive, but I am gonna have to. One gripe I have about it is the packaging, like, and I don't know if I'm just like a messy mascara user, but every time I shut it, and I've been using this like a month and a half now, like mascara squeezes out, and it's not necessarily like wet mascara, but it's like, you know, just some of it kind of goopy every time. And I'm like, okay, I don't think that I'm like crazy with the way I open and close my mascara, but that drives me nuts. I don't know how they could redesign it, but anyway, this stuff is amazing. I've literally been telling everyone in my own like personal life about that mascara. It's so ridiculous. I have another meh product. I hope you like that I'm mentioning. I guess it doesn't really make sense in my favorites video. Maybe I should do a separate meh products video. But I'm taking that meh turn, by the way, again from Emily Noel. Clearly she's one of my favorites. Anyway, but these were good and bad. They have good and bad qualities. These are these new e.l.f. palettes that they sent. I have it nude and smoky matte. I don't know the name of it. If I find it, I'll put it on the screen. But it's got everything you need. You know what I mean? It's one of those kind of all-in-one palettes. So you've got 3 eyeshadows. This one's the nude one. You have 3 eyeshadows, 2 face products, and then 2 lip products. Why are people still putting lip products with powder products? I don't understand it. Or maybe I'm crazy and there's a lot of people out there that like that, and maybe these sell well. But I don't see how, because once you use it a little bit, like I literally haven't even swatched them because I'm like, I have no desire. I also don't have a lip brush that I'm carrying around with me to be able to reapply. So if I put this on in the morning, I'm going to have to take this big sucker with me and the lip brush. And then after I'm done using the lip brush to reapply, I'm going to have to clean it up before I put it in my purse. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I get, like, if you're a makeup artist and you're having to apply a lot of different, you know, using the same products with a lot of different people, that makes sense. And if you actually have the time to sit there and paint them and retouch them. But in real life, it doesn't make sense to me. But the products on this side are really nice. These eyeshadows are so beautiful. Honestly, some of the best I think that e.l.f. has made. Again, they kick up powder. But I can get past that. You know, you tap your brush off, whatever. But these are so beautiful. I really like the Smoky Matte palette because it has some rosy tones here. So there's like a lighter, and then there's like a medium kind of mauve color, and then a black. I've been using these 3 a lot. Lots of powder though. Just really pretty. I don't necessarily create a whole look with this. I think you could. I've used like the medium mauve shade just all over my lid and into the crease, and that's it. Just a very simple look, and you're out the door. And then you could kind of use the black to just kind of smudge around the perimeter of your eye, and it looks really nice and really simple. So another favorite of mine is this BKR water bottle. I'd heard a lot about these. This is 32 ounces. I got it on Amazon. I just was looking for, and this is a totally random favorite, obviously, but I was looking for a good water bottle that was glass but wasn't going to break, that I could throw in my bag and not worry about it leaking, that was dishwasher safe. Like, I had a lot of stipulations of what I needed because I need to drink more water, and when I'm at work teaching, if it's not like once, like I'll drink, like I had a smaller water bottle and I would drink it and then not have time to refill it. So I just wouldn't drink water. But this one's big enough, 32 ounces, that I'll drink this all day long at work and then I'll refill it at the end of work. And so the rest of the night I try and finish one more. And so then I'm getting 64 ounces of water. That's awesome. But I love it. It's dishwasher safe. It is glass, but this you even wash with it on. It's kind of cool. The lid is totally leak proof. You can hang it on stuff. It is heavier. And the other gripe I have about it is that they have a million colors. Oh my gosh, they had like baby blue, mint. It's kind of pricey, but I thought to myself, you know what? I'm investing in myself, and then I'm not using throwaway plastic water bottles. I mean, I would recycle them, but you know what I mean. And so I'm saving it that way, and it's one that makes me happy, and it should last me a very long time. I felt like I was getting some kind of new water bottle every 6 months because something would happen to my old one, or just get really gross and grimy because I couldn't dishwash it, and so I'd be doing it by hand, and I feel like I couldn't get to the bottom, and so it'd get gross. Does that make sense? Anyway, a million reasons why, but it was such a good investment. They have like even bigger ones. I think that might be too big, and it doesn't fit in my cup holder. They do sell a smaller size in, I think it's like 16 or 18 ounces. My husband has that one in black, and he kind of said it's nice because it fits in a cup holder. He said, but it is, he wished it was a little bit bigger. Not as big as this, but maybe like 24 ounces. So I haven't found them anywhere online. I do wish they had one kind of in between, but I love it. So if you're kind of looking for that, or maybe you have a gift card for Amazon, or I mean, they sell this in many places, I'm sure. Okay, so those are all of my favorites and flops for this month, my birthday month. I was snapping that I turned 28, and literally a couple days after turning 28, I found my very first gray hair. I thought, this is 28? Okay, well, I'm ready for it, I guess. I gotta be, because there's no option. So that was pretty crazy. But it was so shiny and glimmery. I told Tyler that, gosh, like when my hair goes all white, I'm gonna be like shining in the sun. Anyway, but it is what it is. So I hope that you enjoyed. I'll link all of my past favorites and flops videos down below if you're interested. And I will see you guys in my next video. I hope you'll subscribe. Bye.